Portugal left it late over in Ghana, of course, after they came out on top with a 3-2 win in Group H. Are they the real bloody deal, or are they going to be faking it till they're making it? We're going to take a little look. And X. That's right, folks, back to another review video. Of course, we take a look back at the action. First game of action over in Group H, of course, with Uruguay against South Korea and Portugal up against Ghana. Of course, we'll get into that in just a second. Of course, people shout to my VIPs. If you're new, where you been, smash your subscribe button, bang it. All things Portugal related, Uruguay related, World Cup related. We're going to all hear, boys, under one roof. Let's get into it, of course, and having a look at the games that did take place this past Thanksgiving Day, the 24th of November. Uruguay and South Korea duked it out to a 0-0 draw. It was much more entertaining than it looks. It was very much a chess match, and there was times where Uruguay could have won it. They hit the woodwork a couple of times, I believe. South Korea had a couple of opportunities themselves. And in all fairness, I think a draw was a fair result in what's going to be a very, very difficult conundrum to solve here. I just can't see who is actually going to be second, but Ghana can still have a chance here, and they should some fight. We'll talk about that game shortly. 10 shots on the day for Uruguay, 7 for South Korea. They had 56% possession compared to 44% possession for South Korea as well. Moving into the back end here, 10 free kicks for Uruguay, 7 for South Korea. 4 corners to their 3 as well. What about, of course, the starting 11s? And Sergio Rocher between the sticks here. Jose Maria Jimenez, Diego Godin, of course, Mafias Oliveira, Martin Casares as well. Into midfield, we've got Bentancur, Vecino and Valverde. A very, very spicy looking midfield with Nunes, Pelestri, of course, on the books of Manchester United, and Suarez up top. What about the subs? We did see some game changes of Varela coming on there. Of course, De La Cruz as well, with Cavani also joining the show as well. What about, of course, the opposition? Sunggu Kim, between six, Young Guan Kim, Min Jae Kim, or Kim Min Jae, should I say, Kim Jin Soo, Kim Moo Han, Jung Woo Jung, Huang Yibang, Lee Yang Song, Sun Young Ming, Ne Sang Ho, and Huang Yu Zhou coming at you right there. Value just 121 million euros. The substitutions, though, we did see, of course, Sun Jun Ho, Lee Kang Ging, of course, one of the faces of the place right there, one of the young, upper promising fellas there. Cho Ji Song as well for South Korea. Take a look at the match ratings then, shall we? The man of the match for SofaScore coming after was Jose Maria Jimenez with a 7.7, it looks like. As for Korea's man of the match, they give it to Kim Min Jae with a 7.2. No, maybe Kim Jin Soo and Kim Moo Hwan with a 7.3. As well, quite tight to decide, and the attacking trio didn't really look much in this one. And same can be said for Uruguay. It's definitely a midfield defensive kind of battle here, and of course you can see the schedule of events here. Let's take a look at the heat maps. Uruguay with a lot of possession, but really up the final third it was pretty barren stuff. As for South Korea, preferring the right to the left, but of course that's all I could say about that, really. But I did reach out to my fans from Uruguay and South Korea. If I've got something, it'll be here right about now. But if I don't, then we'll have to wait to hear from them from another time. Kicking off forward, let's take a look at the other game over in Group H. And it was a bit of a Bobby Dazzler. First half, 0-0. Second half, all the bloody goals. 5 goals in it. 3-2 in the end for Portugal. Ronaldo up and up scoring from the penalty spot in the 65th minute before Andre Ayew equalised to give Ghana a straight back shot back into this. João Felix then extended the lead to give Portugal 2-1 lead before Rafael Leao looked to put the game to bed. However, Bukakarari came in on with an 89th minute goal to give Ghana a bit of hope, but unfortunately they just ran out of time to make this a level pegging game. However, Portugal, of course, 62% possession compared to the 38% possession for Ghana. 11 shots to their 9. 19 free kicks to Ghana's 14, of course, and they're 3 corners apiece. Remind ourselves, of course, it was a very, very good game. Entertaining second half, I would say. Best half performance, or most entertaining half so far in this World Cup. And Portugal have got attacking numbers, but they are vulnerable at the back, and there's some serious question marks over that goalkeeper now after a last-minute clanger, which could have seen this game end as a draw, as the goalkeeper did not realise Inaki Williams was behind him when he rolled the ball out to kick him, and unfortunately Inaki Williams slipped at the wrong time and eliminating that attacking move, which could have resulted and should have resulted in a goal. So fortunately for Portugal, they ran away with all 3 points. And the man, of course, would have a big finger. I'd be surprised to see what his score is for his rating. 23-year-old Diego Costa, Ruben Diaz, Daniel Pereira, Herrero on the left-hand side, Cancelo on the right, Ruben Neves, Octavio, Bernardo Silva, Bernardo Fernandez, João Felix, and Cristiano Ronaldo up top. Now without a club, of course. As for the substitutions, we saw João Palhinha, William Carvalho still playing, João Mariano, Rafael Leao, and of course Gonçalo Ramos as well. Any peanut signings here? No, it's quite good. Pepe, of course, still £1 million rated. As for Ghana, they're coming at you with Anti Ziggy, Mohamed Salsu, of course, Daniel Amate, Djuku, Baba as well, left hand side, Cedar in the right back five there. It looks like Thomas Partey. Abdul Samed, Kudos, Ayew, and Ikenaki Williams up top. They were quite a handful, much of a handful, of course. And, of course, the substitutions we saw, Tariq Lamptey coming on. We saw Kare coming on there as well. Bukhari, Jordan Ayew, and Samino from Bristol City. Of course, take a look at the match ratings. Man of the match looks like it's going to go to Octavio with a 7.5. As for Ghana, 7.4 for Mohamed Kundus. So he was equal peg in there. And a very, very lively second half. Average age 28 for Portugal, 26.6 for Ghana. And as you can see, everything was happening in that last 45 minutes. Of course, heat maps. Portugal, a lot of possession. Of course, preferring the left-hand side to the right. Ghana also with quite a bit of possession and preferring the right to the left. But ultimately not good enough to get the 3 points in the end. I definitely have words of wisdom from my Ghana representative, so let's take a little listen to what he has us to say. Also, if put the Portuguese fella. Portuguese. Oh, I've just dropped it. I've just dropped the bling. Oh no. Oh, my precious World Cup. That's what Ronaldo's thinking. I nearly dropped my precious World Cup. But anyway, let's have a little listen to what the fans had to say.
Nathan Motes here from Portugal.net to talk about Portugal and Ghana. Really interesting match this, and especially after that opening 45 minutes. 0-0 with very few chances, just the 2 chances for Cristiano, I think. Both of them missed. And then that second period, that second 45 minutes, just a heart attack for Portugal supporters. And I'd said before the match that this game was a must-win for us. Not so much for Ghana. A draw would have been a fine result for them, but a must-win for Portugal. And the dubious penalty claim for Ronaldo gave us the advantage that we were looking for. Ronaldo becoming the first player to score in 5 World Cups. Luck, including the luck that you get from referees, it's a big part of a major tournament outcome for any team. And we're happy to be on the receiving end of that this time. It may not always be like that, but that penalty set up, I think, some of the insanity that came afterwards, in which Ghana was immediately ceded control of the match. We really needed to make a change at that point and didn't do it until a little bit later, substituting a defensive midfielder to try to get some stability in the match. But that was ineffective. Ghana scored. Fortunately, we were able to hit back pretty quickly with Bruno Fernandes finding João Felix on the right side of midfield with finally a good finish from the young Atletico Madrid player. And then the change that we've been waiting for finally happened. Rafael Leao came on and made it 3-1. And even then, it wasn't over. Portugal were not willing to take the game with the scruff of the neck, just playing too hesitant, too slow, and really sloppy defensively. João Cancelo in particular being not his usual self and allowing his marker to get behind him and cross for Ghana's second goal. And then it came down to a near blunder in stoppage time that nearly cost us the game, with our heralded young keeper Diogo Costa being snuck upon from behind by a Ghanaian attacker and nearly giving away the tying goal. That didn't happen, thankfully, and this most bizarre, dramatic match came to an end. Portugal winning 3-2, and it's on to the next match with 3 points. I think most supporters will tell you not a particularly inspiring performance, and with a lot of the same themes that Portugal supporters have noted in the Fernando Santos era. In particular, the failure to really clamp down when you've got the advantage and the other team is reeling. Instead, giving them back control of the game, allowing really soft goals. And fortunately, it didn't hurt us this time. That's all for now. Talk more after the next one. Thanks.
Alrighty then, let's take a look then, shall we? Of course, at the state of play in these groups, of course, Portugal will lead the charge with 3 points over a possible 3. South Korea is second, Uruguay third, with Ghana in fourth. South Korea take on Ghana on Monday. Of course, that's the 28th of November. Portugal take on Uruguay. Of course, the battle of the big boys there before South Korea wrap it up against Portugal. Ghana against Uruguay. That's, of course, on Friday, December the 2nd. That is all I've got for you here, guys. Make sure you smash your subscribe, smash your thumbs up, smash the little bell. We are going to go again very, very soon. But, of course, can Portugal get over the line in match number 2, or will they have to wait to the final day? We'll take a look at it, all of it, of course, when we come back another time.